Let me tell you why this administration's rebuke is indicative of a foreign policy that is completely detached from reality. On October 29th, 23 refugees died in a rocket attack at Camp Liberty in Iraq. Camp Liberty is a former U.S. military base outside of Baghdad who are members of the main opposition group to the Ayatollahs in Tehran. The refugees of Camp Liberty have been fully vetted by American intelligence services. Mr. President, 80 Iranian-built rockets struck the camp that is home to the Mujahideen, an organization that has tried to fight the mullahs in Tehran. The men, women in Liberty have suffered numerous attacks, resulting in hundreds of casualties. Nor is Camp Liberty, which was supposed to be a temporary home before the refugees were settled outside of Iraq, have they met the most basic humanitarian needs. The Obama administration pledged to protect these refugees who put their lives and their children's lives on the line for freedom. Yet it's done absolutely nothing to keep America's word. President Obama has willfully ignored 40 years of hostility from Tehran. If the president does not recognize that we are at war, the Ayatollahs certainly do. They're the chief sponsor of global terror. They have imprisoned American journalists. They have tested long-range missiles. They just completed another test in violation of international treaties over the past couple of weeks. This is the Obama doctrine. And Iran is treated as another oppressed constituency with legitimate grievances against the West. So much so that when millions of Iranians took to the streets against the mullahs, President Obama did nothing and he said nothing. The old American alliances are collapsing in confusion and fear. And the only answer from the administration seems to be to clear Iran's path to a nuclear weapon. Section 227 of this year's National Defense Reauthorization Act memorializes Congress's desire to see that our friends at Camp Liberty are protected and relocated outside of Iraq in accordance with international conventions. We are at a historic crossroads. The United States can either appease a criminal regime, one that supports global terrorism and executes more political prisoners than any other, or stand firm in demanding change in its behavior. Mr. President, I don't think a lot of people know about Camp Liberty, but I want you all to know that there are who are fighting for freedom in Iran. The American people committed to protecting them and to getting them to a place where they can be safe. Let's at least show good faith by fulfilling our promise to the people in Camp Liberty and making sure that the American people know and that the people in Camp Liberty know that we care about them and we wish them the very best that they can achieve, and that's not in a camp somewhere in Iraq. So thank you, Mr. President.